So we didn't get our credentials, and I just came up with a list of all the questions I want to ask some of these coaches.
Let's hear it, buddy. Let's hear it.
Yep. So we're gonna just spitfire through a lot of these. First one is, if I get Kirk Ferentz on the podium, Coach Ferentz, for you, what's looking at Michigan's roster this year? Who do you like? Who do you see? Who do you plan on taking next year from the squad?
That's a good question.
Greg Schiano, I would just love to ask him, hey, with everything going on at Tennessee, how happy are you that the fans revolted against the university bringing you on? Now you don't have to deal with that whole mess down there. Brett Bielema, in 2015, after Arkansas beat Texas, you called it borderline erotic. I'm just curious, what would it take this year to cross that line into fully erotic? James Franklin, last year.
We don't have credentials.
James Franklin, last year at Rutgers, you ran the wing tee. I'm just curious, is that really the best fit for Drew Aller? I know we were talking about that. Feels like that offense is a little bit antiquated. Might not be the best fit. PJ Fleck, looking at your uniforms last year, it looked like you were woefully shy on the row the boat garb and paraphernalia. What can we see this year to increase that? He wears a tie every game. I think there'd be a great opportunity to put more there. Tom Allen, not so much a question, more of just a thank you for ending Michigan State's bowl season dreams last year in just absolutely embarrassing fashion when your quarterback went 2 for 7, threw for 31 yards, and your offense was outgained 540 to 288. Not a question again, just more of a thank you, appreciation. David Braun, Northwestern's head coach. Just good luck, pal. Ryan Walter, the new Purdue coach, former DC at Illinois. Was Brett Bielema's behavior as inappropriate in the locker room as he was with the media? Just want to know. Just curious. Jim Harbaugh, just thanks for being you and not leaving for the NFL. Again, not a question, more of just thanks for being you.
They don't want him, but continue.
Matt Rule, I'm curious if he's gotten any advice from Scott Frost and if he's just rejecting all those phone calls. Second thing would be, at Baylor, you wore, this is me talking to Coach Rule. At Baylor, you wore the smock, which is that ridiculous shirt with the hood on it, but no sleeves. I believe that was a Nike piece of equipment. Nebraska's Adidas school. Are there plans to come up with a similar piece of equipment? We got to know. Things didn't work out.
That's crucial to football.
Things didn't work out in Carolina. Didn't wear the smock. Makes you wonder. Got to ask the questions. This is what journalists do. Mel Tucker, have you found your next savior, your next Kenneth Walker on the roster this year? And if not, where do you want to coach next year? Luke Fickell, over the last 2 seasons in Cincinnati, you averaged 407 pass attempts. Is it frustrating to know that Wisconsin doesn't allow you to do that? And how does that affect your offense? Because they have to run the ball. Ryan Day. This is another question I would ask him. Bill Musillo, I believe is how I say his name. Musillo, the head baseball coach for the Ohio State University baseball team. He made some roster changes to his staff last year, especially with the hire of base running coach Damon Lessler. Is there anything you got from him just about base running and where to start from third base, how to get home? Anything from that? And last question I have for Mike Loxley, coach at Maryland. You brought on Josh Gaddis as your OC. Michigan fans know that there was a bit of a kerfuffle when Gaddis was at Michigan and they played Maryland. So I'm just curious, have you settled who will call plays and who will game plan? And that's a nod to the quote where Gaddis was like, Mike Loxley can say I watched him call every play, but ask him where those game plans usually come from. So I would like that to be addressed. That's all.
I would also love to ask Kirk Ferentz, if it was my option, what would it take for you to fire your son?
Oh, that's a better question.
That's all I want to know, man.
That's it.